Yeah, I'm Frans Tihveräinen, based in Finland. I've been very interested in AR for over 10 years. I think it was like 2012 when I first saw um, AR through the Orasma app at school. One teacher showed through his iPad how like it was a very simple video overlay on an image target, but it was magical in 2012. And I was blown away about, oh, this is so cool. I want to learn more about it. And yeah, I studied digital media technology and did my bachelor's thesis on the subject of AR in museum use. And
Interesting.
now we've had this company, flyAR Augmented Reality Studio, for a bit over 5 years, and we focus completely on augmented reality solutions.
Mhm. That's really interesting. I didn't know that you started from museum experiences, but can you tell our users like how brands are using augmented reality in your studio? Like, what type of experiences are you providing?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, most of our projects have to do with marketing some way or another, but we also have done like educational projects. For example, one project last year was with the city of Helsinki and the Helsinki City Library. It was like a room scale board game, which had this kind of cardboard characters, and we added a small learning experience for each cardboard character. So they were like image tracked web AR um, experiences. Very, very simple, but content is always what matters. And the content was good. It was visually very nice, and we made very cute animation and just simple interactivity, like tap a button and
Yeah.
play a sound. And then the
Mhm.
task was to think of like where does this sound come from? There was like 6 or 7 different city sounds, and the kids had
Mhm.
to choose. That was like one of the tasks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What type
nothing
of
too fancy.
what type of user personas are coming to you? And do you have any type of like pain points regarding if they know about augmented reality, or are they coming like really flat and they don't know what to expect from you and are just having like some marketing objectives, for example?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Like the types of clients that come to us, they're like the range is wide. Some are very knowledgeable about AI and know what's possible, but that's very rare.
Yeah.
Um, the other extreme is like the I would like one AR, please, type of client, and that's
For VR, for VR.
yeah. Can you make us a metaverse? Uh, but yeah, then quite often, or even though people have maybe a like small idea of what AR is, like all these R's are getting mixed up: AR, VR, XR, MR. Um, Usually, I then try to ask like, what is the problem they need to solve, or what challenges they're facing, and what they want to communicate, and to whom they want to communicate it, like what's their target audience. And then through showing many case examples, um, they'll get an idea of like, yeah, this thing would work with us, but we have to change this to that one. And instead of this type of functionality, can we change it to something else? And yeah, often seeing is believing, and seeing is also a way to like build
Educating.
on your
Yeah.
build on your initial thoughts. Like if you don't know that something is possible,
Mm-hmm.
then how can you like make a plan that includes that piece of
Mm-hmm.
tech or like content? Well, the next step from app-based AR, which like there's lots of these companies who used to have apps like Zapper, Blipper, um, but now they're working through the web. And yeah, it's a big step forward to not have to download an app, because I don't like downloading apps. You probably
No one
don't
does.
downloading apps. No one does.
No one does.
Yeah, so yeah, WebAR is the future. Unless the target audience is like specifically big on some social platform, then we recommend WebAR. Of course, like if brands are creating social media campaigns, then it makes sense to create AR filters for those social media platforms. But if it's like outdoor advertising or anything printed, then WebAR is awesome. But you can also connect like social media filters to print products as well. You can like launch face filters through a QR code, or even like do image tracked stuff as well.
Yeah, but like whenever like clients always say to us that they don't want their customers to leave their website. So in this case, WebAR is much more appreciated from them. And also like WebAR is really popular in real estate direction. How is the situation on your end and with your agency?
We've created quite a few like construction visualization projects that like show what's going to be built and like what kind of things are being planned, and they include like details and animations and stuff. Would you like me to show you?
I want you to show me like what was the pain point and how augmented reality has resolved their pain points. How you decided to use AR for their experiences and their objectives in sense of marketing and advertising. First, we can talk about like what type of pain points did they have?
Yeah, so this one project we had was that like property development company was planning to make big renovations in the Helsinki area, and they didn't have one plan to show, but they had 3 plans to show, and they wanted to ask the residents of the area for feedback. Like, what do you think of this plan or this plan? And they can give feedback. So we created AR experience that allows the user to toggle between 3 different options, and then each option had its own set of like informational content, and they could also click through to the official city channels to give feedback directly to the city regarding these new plans.
Can we see it right now, and what type of experience can we see?
Yeah, coincidentally, I have my phone here, and I'm scanning this flyer. Let's open it. Oops, I lost it. Come on.
We'll cut it.
Open it. Oh yeah. So the QR code takes you to this Zapper's launch screen. This is built-in Zapper. It wants to use the camera, and then magically the 3D content loads, and it anchors to this image target. And
is it also interactive?
Oh yes, it is. I can like spin it around and zoom in over here. And this is like, here there are the numbers 1, 2, 3 at the bottom of my screen. And now you can see part of the numbers. Well, here I'm changing it to number 2 and to number 3, and we can see like different options. And
this is like information. Oh.
Yeah, here's like information in 3 different languages. Shops and cafes over here, and we like to include small details like there's traffic over there, cars and some trains. There's a train is over there going to Pasila Station.
So regarding this campaign, it was all your idea, like how to make it design. Did you offer them some kind of like some other effects, but they didn't take it? Or how was this experience between you and clients?
Yeah, we had met this client some years before already, so we were like exchanging messages every once in a while, and then they had this project and asked us if it's possible to like visualize 3 different options, and we said that hell yeah, let's do it. And then then we made that, and we also added the same content on their website, which I'll share here, like as an embedded experience. Like it doesn't have the same level of interactivity, but it was like a sort of interactive 3D embedded window, and could toggle the different options. This one had some of the animations also, like here's the trains going.
Amazing. So how much time
this kind of
overall?
I think, well, not including the city being very, 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 very slow in deciding that which plans are final. The like actual development time was maybe, I don't know, 3-4 weeks. And we made the 3D content almost from scratch.
Yeah.
And I think we had some other ongoing projects at the moment as well, but generally 3D AR projects are like between 2 to 8 weeks, depending on everything.
Real estate clients are kind of like really demanding sometimes, and we had a lot of clients like who are demanding to have the super realism experiences. Do you think that it's like crucial to do super realism with augmented reality, or how can augmented reality can help? Like, what can you say to those type of people who think that they have to use augmented reality to showcase reality?
Yeah, that's the thing with augmented reality, that it's augmented and it's not like as yet it can't be as realistic as real reality, or come even close to like what, for example, you can do in Unreal Engine and have like real photorealism. That's more for in VR. And yeah, for AR, like for showing like real estate projects, you can show parts of reality as 360 images, for example. But then the actual 3D content, if you want it to run smoothly on some devices that aren't like the newest iPhones, the content has to be optimized and technically lightweight, so it runs smooth on even older devices and loads fast. Like loading fast is crucial. Like no one wants to wait for 5 minutes for something to load, and then once it's loaded, your device will melt because it's unoptimized and like has a million polygons. But there's like that's a quite subjective matter, but what's like realistic enough and what's too unrealistic. Like I have actually another example which mixes this 3D and like photographic.
Yeah, please show us.
Photos. Which this here. Yeah, I launched scanned the QR code from our like hospitality demo. And here the content's loading. Welcome. And here.
Can you also explain like what is the user experience, like how users are activating it, and what was the campaign itself?
Yeah, this was our own demo to show the possibilities, so it wasn't a real campaign. But here I scanned a QR code on this printed piece of paper, and I can like move it around by actually moving the paper or going closer myself. Can also spin the content with my phone. And here are different types of informational contents. I can tap on these buttons and it opens up info with a picture. And now, sorry for the framing of this camera thing. Maybe I can move it just a little bit up. That's better. Yeah, wait, maybe we can cut that away also. But yeah, I wanted to show the 360 imagery. Like, this is a fictional hotel resort, and we can go to see like what's going on the beach. I open this 360 from the beach, and now I'm looking at the fictional beach. And the beach can also have hotspots here, like info within the 360. And other things relevant to the hotel might be like what kind of, here's the other pool. Other pool, and these are like real images, but also to show
what clients need. What type of picture they have to take and what type of technology they need them to provide this 360.
Yeah, that's a good question. There's many ways to capture 360 imagery. The most accessible is this one, and Street View app. For example, you can use Google Street View to take 360 photospheres pretty easily. That works. It's not too hard to do, and in like good lighting conditions with a decent phone, like the quality is pretty damn good. Easier way is to have a dedicated 360 camera. Like, we have one Insta360 1X2, which is a tiny, like pocket-sized 360 camera. We used that for one museum project. It was like affordable, only a couple of €100, maybe 500-ish. And that's very easy. Like, it has a iPhone app, so I can just place the 360 camera on a tripod somewhere, go behind a tree, and from my app, like capture the image, and that works pretty well. And quality is not bad at all. But then if you need some very super high-end stuff, then maybe pay extra attention to lighting the space. And then, of course, it's possible to rent some proper hardcore 360 cameras from like companies who specialize in that. But then, when creating stuff for mobile devices, it's good to keep in mind that the user is going to look at the content through a small screen.
Yep.
So the photos don't need to be like 100 megapixel sized photos. And then technically these 360 images we use are like 2:1 aspect ratio. I think it's called equirectangular projection. So it's like a flat image which is kind of like wrapped around bulb shape.
What other experiences are on your list, like which were your favorite? You can show now, and like why it's your favorite.
Yeah, this one museum project is maybe one of my favorites, and let's see, maybe I'll show you a social media filter.
Okay, what was the campaign objective? And tell us the story while we are showing.
Yeah, so we were approached by a set of group of museums. It was like a consortium of 10 museums, and they wanted to like create an AR game that makes users go to visit the museums physically. And
so they knew specifically what they wanted.
No. They had like unfortunately quite vague ask and quite minimal budget for it. But then we came up with like they had a fixed budget, and then we came up with something that is quite cool, but also matches their budget. And this is what we came up with. So it's like a flyAR, A5 in size, and also they had the same experiences as a larger scale, maybe around like that size, 7 centimeter-ish on the floor, like as a carpet in the museums. And this one also works by scanning the QR code. A call to action is very important with like when you have a QR code, it's not enough to just a QR code, because then the default reaction is like, blah, QR code, I don't want to scan that. You have to tell them that, hey, you will get some awesome AR stuff by scanning this QR code.
What was the call to action here?
Here it said, get to know the living roots through augmented reality. And living roots, this Elävät juuret, is the name of this project. And then we had here like small instruction, like scan the QR code and press launch and give permissions. And this is in Finnish. And this is one area 20 kilometers north from here. It's Lake Tuusula, this lake. And there's 10 museums very close to each other over here. And this is not to scale, but it's made in like stylistic fun scale. And we added some landmarks like a sports arena and train station, and then all of the museum. Oh, and here's the church. And I wanted to add my personal favorite, the skate park there by the yellow arches. But each of these little museum map markers opens up a 360 from each museum.
Can we open up right now?
Halosenniemi. Yep. Let's go to Halosenniemi. And like this is technically it's a 2K 2048 by 1024 pixel image, and the quality is, I think it's enough for this screen size.
It's amazing.
You can like tap on like infos to get more information. This is the home of one famous Finnish artist. And yeah, there were 10 of these museums. Let's go to Villa Kokkonen. This was the house of Finnish composer Joonas Kokkonen. And then, this was the kind of sneak peek to 10 different museums. But then we wanted to make the users, or not make, but encourage the users to visit these places physically. So we added this kind of a treasure hunt functionality. So in each museum, there's a unique AR target image. And when the user scans that target image, it'll make a mark here. And once you've got scanned 5 places, this button, which is grayed out, would activate, and you get ice cream or coffee on a bun. And but if you go to all 10 of them, you got them.
How they are
it's like stored. Then they just have to tap this button at one of the museums, and then the museum person will click it that yes, now they've got ice cream. So it was like a manual type of activation.
Do you have some results?
It's like, we have this was live, or it's still live, but over the summer it had like a bit under 1,000 activations. So not like massive amounts, but quite.
What was the target?
Quite all right. Target was, what do you mean, target audience, or like?
Like how many activations they wanted to get from this campaign?
I don't think they had like a set target number, but also museums aren't maybe they don't have like big marketing budgets to put this in like newspapers or stuff like that. So this was handed out at 10 of the museums and at public spaces like libraries and such. So it it didn't reach that wide of an audience as it could have. We also embedded the same 3D model on their website. I'll show that too. Yeah, we embedded this on their website as well. So here also you can get like a small information about each museum and click through to the museum's website. But yeah, now this is going to be in use next summer as well.
Okay.
And I hope they'll get a bit more of an audience for that.
Yeah, it's not always like what you create, but also how you promote this creation.
Yeah, and we're experts at creating the AR content, but we're not like advertising agency. AR implementation is top notch, and the content is very relevant to the target audience. But then the brand just doesn't push it at all. And then if they do it without asking us, and then they do it wrong. For example, inverting a code, like you can't invert QR codes.
Okay.
It works that way.
So, in your opinion, what's the main problem? Like, why brands are not doing it right today?
I think, well, there's no real like design standards like how to promote AR project. I think it's a bit like hit and miss, trial and error. With good planning, you can go real far, and then next time you can go even further. So I think a big pain point, like generally in AR, not just like promoting the AR project, is that the gap between the knowledge and possibilities is still quite large. So people don't know like what's possible to do, but it's a very good point that making cool AR things is not enough. Like you have to promote it and push it to the target audience.
But imagine I'm a brand and I'm your client, and I don't know anything about augmented reality. Like, why I need to use augmented reality? What type of benefits can I get from it?
That's a big question.
Imagine I'm real estate or either a museum.
Yeah, then I'd ask like what your target audience is, and like what is it that you want to communicate. Like if it's a real estate project, I'd show these examples and say that, hey, you can communicate about your construction project in a much more immersive and interesting way. And then you can also use the same 3D content on their website as well. Like if they're...
Will it help me to
maybe
increase sales?
Yeah, it could. Like I think I'd like to see what they've done in the past, and then create a plan that leverages augmented reality, like makes what they've done before, just to make it better, like boost it, like being remembered better. Like when people watch AR experience, they're sure to remember it better than by watching a like ad on a TV.
Yeah,
because they've had the chance to like interact with it. Like, that interactivity is a big good thing about AR, because the information isn't flowing from the screen to my head like just one way, but I can also tap on things to launch animations or open up information, and it's more of a like exploratory experience.
Yeah, well said. It's engaging whenever you become hero of the experience.
And yeah, it's like God mode, looking at things. in the small size in front of you.
Is there any kind of like challenges you are still working on today and you have overcome what they like within your experience for the last years? What was the main challenge for you?
There's been many like small challenges. I think the main challenge is bridging the gap like between what's possible and what people think they know about AR, and like making it clear that hey, it's really not rocket science, and it doesn't cost a million, and like it's possible to augment reality even with like slightly smaller budget. Always like, of course, more budget is more budget, but in AR quite often content wise, like less is more. Like you don't have to have massive amounts of animated 3D models for something to be useful and remembered and like boost sales.
In your opinion, like what's the next level of augmented reality marketing in this direction?
I'd say shared augmented reality experiences, so that I could just open a link or scan a QR code or launch it somehow, and then you could join my session and I could have my 3D model here and you could have the same thing there, and then I could point at things and you could see me pointing at things over there. I think shared AR is going to be coming soon, or it's already here in some form. There's the Swedish company Auki Labs making a cool shared AR platform, and also like immersive Finnish based startup. They have this SDK for Unity for like shared spatial AR experiences, but they need to create an app. Of course, it doesn't work in web yet, but I think everything that works in an app now. Let's give it a year or two, and it'll come to the web. It's also interesting to see how these, like where this will evolve into. Like now it's the magic pocket-sized rectangle, but will it be a magic watch? Well, there are already watches, but then how about wearables?
I'm always really happy whenever you have really good experiences to share. Let's create some different kind of workshops if you are open to that. Somehow it will be really interesting as to invite the second side on our business, which might be like marketing manager or content creation manager, and create some kind of like really interesting workshop between you and them. What do you think?
Yeah. Sounds interesting. It could be, we have like sometimes we facilitate workshops for like specific targeted audiences. We haven't had like open workshops as yet, but maybe there could be like could be cool to have like a day or a half day or even a few hours with a few like
it will be amazing.
The AR industry, like telling about their experiences, like and about what brands should consider when buying augmented reality services, or that we ask the right questions so it's possible to create good offering for clients. And also I think it could be useful for if clients can share like what kind of a realistic ballpark budget they are willing to spend on AR. Of course it depends like what they're getting, but then if the brief has like doesn't have any mention of like what kind of budget it is it like 1,000 euros or 5,000 euros or 25,000 euros, then it's kind of hard for creators to come up with solutions that match what they need and how much they're willing to spend.
This is the main problem, like whenever we ask the clients how much budget they have, it's almost like 5% is answering and 95% has no idea. So how you're approaching that problem? How you're
I try to be quite open with our clients, and I try to ask them like, what's the realistic ballpark budget that they're willing to spend, that then we can think of a solution that matches their budget and solves their problem, and then we'll think of something a little bit smaller and a little bit cheaper and a little bit bigger also. So then they have a few options and they know, but that helps us a lot to like tailor the scope of the project. And then if they say that, around 200 euros is what we can spend, then we'll say that then unfortunately let's save both of our time, and maybe you have to talk to some other creators because we can't work with 200 euros.
Thank you so much for this interesting talk. I hope we will meet soon. So have a nice day.
Augment some realities. Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Yes, say hi to Anna and Anna. Or wait, how many are you at Cross Creators? There's one Anna and
second Anna and third Anna. We're three Annas in Cross Creators.
Yeah. Here, Annie, Anna, and then Anna. Yeah,
triple Anna.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Say hi to all the
Sure.
Annas. And
okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's keep in touch. Bye.
Bye.